Hey everyone, so it has been a while since I've done a video talking about me, who I am. And I think it's time that I reintroduce myself to everyone. Who am I? Well, let's start off with my name. Name is Abby. Do not call me Abigail. That is not on my birth certificate, and I refuse to answer to that name. Okay? And I get really irritated when people call me Abigail. So if anybody decides to start calling me Abigail in the comments, you're going to end up taking a hike. I go by Pixie on my social media. Why do I choose Pixie? Well, mainly because I always have a pixie cut, but also because I love fairies. I love pixies. Tinkerbell, my fave. She's my Disney girl. I grew up in a very small town in New York, very country town. A lot of cabbage fields, cornfields, cows. I miss it. I currently live in a city, and before you start jumping to conclusions, I do not live in New York City. I have never been to New York City. There's a story behind that, but I'm not going to talk about that right now in this video. I started out in content creating full-time in October 2021. And when I say I started it full-time, I mean, I was doing content before that, and it was just like random, whereas now I do it more often, so I call it full-time. After I got good into my content creating, I decided to start my own podcast. I started my own podcast. I am in season 3 of my podcast. I've been a little negligent on my podcast, but that's because I've been just so busy, been going through a lot right now, and I just have not had time to sit down and do my podcast. Shortly after that, the following year, I decided that it was time for me to move on to doing content creating on YouTube, to expand. So in 2024, I started doing YouTube. So 2021, I started TikTok. 2023, I started my podcast, and 2024, I started my YouTube channel. Now, I do other stuff besides what's on social media here. I am also a published writer. I have over 25 books published, which is a shocker to many because a lot of people are like, wait a minute, what? Yes, I am a published writer. I started writing when I was 13 years old and got my first book published in 2012. And since then, I've just been writing books. My last book was published last year, and it was part of a 4-book series called Road to Recovery. And a lot of you know what my Road of Recovery is. And for those that don't, I will save that for another video as well, because that's a lot to talk about. Now, other than my content creating, my writing, what are my interests? What are my interests? Okay, so I am an introvert, but I do like going outside, just not around a lot of crowds. Not a lot of people. I like small crowds, less people. So I do like going hiking. I do like going to the beach. I love going places where I can have fun, amusement parks, carnivals, fairs. I like doing a lot of stuff. What else can I say about myself? I did enlist in the United States Army, which is actually a shocker to some people because when they see my picture, they swear up and down that isn't me. I'm thinking, it is me. But whatever, people. I was never a person that could do public speaking. And I probably still can't, but I am trying to push myself into being able to do public speaking because, it's something you need to learn how to do without having a panic attack. And some of my career choices, being a podcaster, YouTuber, TikToker, a writer. So there's really not much to talk about me without having to go deeper into the story of what I'm talking about. Like I said, with the whole, I've never been to New York City, but there is a story behind it. Or, oh geez, what was the other thing? Oh, my book series, Road to Recovery. There's a long story to that. So there's a lot about me that cannot be put in one video. It cannot be put in one video. There's no way it could be put in one video. So it would have to be put in multiple videos for me to explain really who I am. But I'm going to say, I'm a country girl stuck in the city, and I grew up a tomboy, and I'm still a tomboy. Do like girly things, as you can tell. I am wearing makeup. It's a little out of sorts because I fell asleep and took a short little nap, and that's what I ended up with. My foundation all over my pillow and mascara everywhere. So, okay, so I'm gonna let y'all go, and I'm gonna think about doing a couple videos on the topics that I said that there would be a story behind it. So, thanks for listening.